what we see with the Jakpa syndrome are a generation of people who have said Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is no good, Nigeria has got nothing to offer to me, and I am leaving Nigeria. This happens to be the greatest threat our nation faces today, above security, above the economy, above everything else we discuss. Because the middle class, who are the engine room of any society, are leaving Nigeria. They say Nigeria no longer works for them. Now, when your middle class leave your nation, you don't have a building block. You don't have a working class. You don't have human capital to develop your nation. You don't have the right people who can make every sector in your nation work again. We are speaking about today. It has a knock-on effect for next year, for the next 3, 5 years, 10 years, and then that's when we will see how bad what we are taking for granted today, what is done to Nigeria. The government has to do something very, very drastic. Now, I will quickly say this. There are two sides to Jakpa. There's a side of a country and the government is not working for its people, and we all understand that for a very, very long time, government has not really done what it ought to do for her citizenry. We've seen that government has failed at all levels, and it's no longer news. We understand that. But at the same time, the people also have a role to play in the failure of government. I am one of those people who always says that change must begin from you. And if your attitude towards the problems we face as a people is for you to Jakpa, then you were originally a part of the problem. You were right when you said a lot of hospitals are empty. The hospital I use in Abuja, every time I go there, there's a new doctor because the doctors have left and they keep on trying to employ new people. Imagine this, look at this from this angle. In the medical sector, it's very cheap to train a doctor in Nigeria. The Nigerian government subsidizes education and it becomes cheap to train doctors in Nigeria. So what do these other countries do? They let the Nigerian government subsidize education, and then when you've trained these doctors, they come and mine your healthcare sector, take the very best and take them to their country because it's expensive to train these people. Concerning the healthcare sector, what will I do if I were the president? You can't stop people from migrating, but I'll put in place stringent policies. If you want to take my doctors, people in my health, in the healthcare sector, you will pay me what I spent to train those people. That means whatever it costs to train a doctor in the UK, in America, in Canada, what have you, I will make sure that the hospitals who are recruiting those people, before they Jakpa, pay back that money, so that I will use to train more doctors. We can't have a situation where, imagine if we had another pandemic in Nigeria, what will happen to Nigeria? Just imagine that if we had another major health situation in Nigeria, what will happen? We are speaking about city centers being deserted, no doctors. Imagine what's happening in the rural areas. So the government must be more up and doing. It must not be lip service. We must not continue to say, oh, people are Jakpa syndrome and put out ads. No. Why are they leaving? We understand there's a cultural issue, but the economic issues, socio-cultural issues, the security issues that plague the nation, what is government doing to make sure that the bulk of the middle class no longer leave Nigeria? They must start looking at those issues that militate against young Nigerians and make sure those issues no longer exist, so that we don't wake up one day and all you see is the carcass of a nation.